Other interesting political news, you have the Secret Service DEI initiatives and the leader being critiqued after the Trump assassination attempt and their myriad of ineptitudes, which there are many. This is brought to us thanks to Libs of TikTok, and she says, quote, Secret Service director a few months ago, we're focusing on hiring more women to be more diverse. Yesterday, female agents couldn't holster a gun. Female agent frantically shouted, what are we doing? Where are we going? After the shots. Results of DEI got someone killed. Which is heartbreaking because, yes, a fire chief passed away protecting his family at this event. Should have never happened. Now here you see this article, about 25 seconds long, so it's not too painful.
To expand hiring, they're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030, and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
But I'm very conscious, as I sit in this chair now, of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing.
So not picking the best of the best of the best. No, focusing on diversity. Which inherently means you're going to discriminate against people to artificially get those numbers. So instead of, again, what you should do, what smart business owners and anyone with modicum of moral as well, integrity, you just say, accept every application on the planet and pick the best man for the job. You have the qualifications, do not lower the bar, because that's why we see so many things going to hell in the United States. Well, she's almost done speaking. We'll get back to what she's saying.
Sure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
To expand hiring.
Again, she was a former global security for PepsiCo. Got to guard that secret formula of the high fructose corn syrup. Now, normally, I'm very much supportive of the private sector because they can do darn near everything more infinitely effective than the public sector. Who have been a better choice? Some for the private military contracting community. There are many. A lot of former ex-Marines, a lot of former ex-Special Forces. A lot of those guys, they become contractors through private security. I can't help but think, Eric Prince had a long track record with Blackwater, mostly successful. Granted, there were some, of course, tragic events, but they never lost a single man under their guard in terms of their protecting unit. Some of their men made sacrifices, and they actually gave their life protecting the politicians and other folks that they were hired to protect. But they never had a single instant of their target losing their life. Pretty damn good track record. Now, granted, there's a whole story about the scapegoat, and in my opinion, how they had a situation that they didn't handle the best, and media smeared them. They'll give them the circumstances. I think it gain a better understanding if you read Civilian Warrior, which is the book by Eric Prince. Kind of talks a little bit more about it, how there was gag orders, so you couldn't actually tell the full story. But yeah, check out that book if you want to learn a little bit more about that situation. Of course, here you have an instance
take a look at what happened.
Oh, you'll notice something about a couple of these guys here. All right. All the guys, Secret Service, immediately go after Trump, protect him with their body.
Take a look.
And some of them didn't. And this is where she couldn't holster a weapon. I mean, she has a lot of experience moving her hands, probably to get snacks, given her body mass index. But she couldn't holster a weapon? Look at this. And she actually points the gun at people, too. Looks like when she flashed, yeah. She took her like 10 times to get that holster. Jeez. Yeah, and then going to the stage, one of them actually, again, there was a gal on the stage who actually did get in front of Trump, but she was short. Which, again, in this instance, that's going to be a big issue. So,
to expand hiring,
they'll probably have the screen.
To expand hiring, they're
really,
aiming
Twitter?
to have 30%. Aiming to have 30.
Jeez Louise. Why does it always repeat the video? I don't know why. We also had that one gal who just cowered, and that's the same girl who couldn't holster a pistol. She cowered on the stage and protected herself by just pulling her arms up futilely. Though they are massive arms, not because of muscle. But yeah, couldn't holster a pistol and didn't protect the president. Yeah, that is how DEI gets people killed. You lower the bar and you put people in there that should not be there. Now, one of the top comments comes from Paul Zupla saying, quote, DEI is a danger to our national security and all of our lives. It needs to be outlawed immediately. Getting 3.4 thousand likes. Wall Street Ape says, why was someone previously working with Pepsi given the role at the Secret Service. She was also appointed directly by Joe Biden. It got 6.8 thousand likes. Like a meme says, the only people in the Secret Service could have been surrounding and protecting the president or former president should be the largest, most fit, most skilled males available. Okay, 1.3 thousand likes, which, spoiler alert, they fix that later. Timothy Shia says, don't forget this gem, and there you can see the... Now, in her defense, many people thought she saw a donut on the ground, so she's crouching over to get the donut, which, given her BMI, high propensity, that might be the case. I'm not saying 100% that's what happened. Granted, maybe I might be kidding a little bit, but like, yeah, again, can't help but notice. And then there's again one of the other girls on the team did get in front of Trump, but she's also pretty short, which obviously isn't good for the situation. Now the good Secret Service agents, look at them, completely covering Trump, completely covering him. Going down, a couple of people posting a picture. Jay Marie says she's protecting herself. True. Going down more and more. Here's a picture of before. So this is from Sassafras84 saying DEI hiring is dangerous to our country. It's all failing, falling apart. Hired based on skill and experience, knowledge, period. Unquote. Then you have a picture of Secret Service before and after DEI. Before, you got a jacked guy with biceps the size of most guys' thighs, holding a huge rifle, looking fierce. And it says Secret Service before DEI, you have him. Then you have Secret Service after DEI. It's just opposed to the picture of the large gal who couldn't holster her pistol like, what is it, 5 or 6 attempts in a row? And she looks, of course, out of shape. Interestingly enough, she has suspenders on. That's unique. I guess that's something she did. She has, I mean, she just looks so unprofessional. Which, again, you could get in shape too. There's another reason you should not be lowering the physical bars. And again, you see this with military and police as well. Even when it's not good. It got 3.5 thousand likes. Interestingly enough, we'll see any hardcore feminists in the comments section defending these gals. Maybe. Probably not, but we'll scroll through and check out a couple more. Sherry says, Trump must hire his own private security and send that bill to the government. He can no longer trust Secret Service and the agents that they provide, getting 2.9 thousand likes, which, yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea given their ineptitudes. Again, even a kid playing Call of Duty would have said, wait a minute, there's a building over there? There's probably going to be a sniper there. Why don't we put our guy on that building? Maybe a little counterattack, like have that. I mean, not only do you get another vantage point, but then you can actually make sure there's no one on that building. Like, even a kid playing Call of Duty would have thought, that's a good idea. And they didn't here. Now, allegedly, again, just the comments on the social media, someone said, oh, that's outside the perimeter. 150 yards? Or some foreigners might say meters. We use yards, mostly. But that's really, really close relative to a rifle. It's almost hard not to miss in that case if you just have a rudimentary training. Now, Jerry also says, and she's 5 foot, stand in front of a 6'4" tall Trump, looking at the ground. She left him completely exposed, getting 3.5 thousand likes. Moon Soon says God has had other plans. It's a picture of Trump with the line. It says, they tried to cancel him, they tried to bankrupt him, they tried to jail him, they tried to kill him, they failed. God has a different plan for our next president. Getting 2.3 thousand likes. Scrolling down more and more. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Liberty NH says literally this, and it's the good old cliche of The Simpsons with the principal. Christopher Skinner. Yeah, I was going to say, that's the name I had to dust off. And it's him thinking, is it me or is it kids? And they changed the meme from, am I the one radicalizing people? And it's in all the logos of the mainstream media. And he goes, no. It's Trump who's literally Hitler. I got 3.6 thousand likes, which, yep, they've been saying it for years. Stoking the flames. Saying democracy will die if Trump isn't stopped. I mean, what did they think was going to happen? That's why I think they wanted this to happen. Now, scrolling down more and more. That's kind of funny, so I'll read it. Edgar Friendly says, brings a new light to the meaning of this meme. And it's a tweet or Facebook, and it says, why are women evacuated? Why are women evacuated first in a disaster? And the response is, so men can think of a solution in silence. Got 1.5 thousand likes. Going down more and more. American Papa Bear says DEI is dangerous. Don't you see it, folks? Getting 613 likes, which I think some folks are. See, scrolling down. Any contrarian statements here? Not so much. A lot of people posting pictures of that gal just crouching and then, of course, holding the pistol as if she's like maybe she's held a pistol twice in her life. Which, again, this is a very stressful situation. But then again, that's precisely what you're hired and trained for. Again, the average person could not do that job. And yet, they seem to have hired a below average person for this specific instance. So it will be interesting to see if they keep their initiative of hiring, 30% women, or if they just say, hey, here's the standard. We're not lowering it for anyone. Whoever hits that standard, you're hired. Which one would argue is how you should always do it, both morally and then proficiently. And again, this is a very big debate. I mean, in business as well as in politics, they're seeing it all over. And I think the results are horrifying and in many cases deadly. But let me know what your thoughts are. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.